Greetings one and all. I'm on the Earthworks Ethos, the SV33. It's packed up. I'm going to be using it later in the week. That's my intention at school, doing some stuff there. Now, Dr. De Soto, the band. Dr. De Soto, the band. Was talking about the 105, Neumann KMS 105 and the 104. He said, I hear a little bit more definition in the 104. He's a male upper tenor, and they don't use extreme volumes apparently, and it's kind of acoustic rock. So he's wondering which he should get, because he hears a little bit more definition in the 104. Now, I did do a video called The Neumann Sisters some time ago. I got these two and a 104 Plus, which I've brought along, just we might use it, we might not. He's interested in these two. Supercardioid, cardioid. This one with an all-mesh pop filter, quite extensive. This one with foam. Quite why they did that, I don't know. The capsules look different. Whether they are or not, I don't know. The 104 Plus has a bit more bass and looks much the same in every aspect. They're all condenser mics, so I'm thinking the 104 Plus with the more bass, is that just a preamp thing? So I don't know, but I've been thinking about this, and it seems obvious that, well, if when you've got a condenser mic with a preamp in there, an amplifier to boost the signal, which you have to have, and to provide, these are electret condensers, I think, so they don't need much power to the actual polarizing current, but they have amplifiers in there, and of course with an amplifier you can have a tone to it and shape it. You could have a little bit more bass on that amplifier, cut the bass on the other amplifier. This one's got a hump lower down, and then the bass is cut. Probably all can be done in the amplifier. With a dynamic mic, no such luck. Has to be all the engineering, as far as I see. There's no other way of doing it. So, this, with electronics, you can cut and boost. Well, that you can cut with the dynamics, I think, by using resistors and, or was it capacitors or so on, you can cut, but you can't boost. But if you cut, then if you cut either side, you've left an apparent boost. Anyway, so here we are. Let's move straight onto them. Get rid of the ethos. No offense. So now I'm on the Neumann KMS 104, 105. The black one's the 105, and that kind of thing at the top there, which I called mascara before. That very fine stuff, nice and sweet, nice and musical, I would say. Not so good for my voice, because when I bring it in and do that particularly, I get a bit of boxiness in the low end, because the hump, the proximity is a bit too high, and then it cuts off underneath that. But this gentleman, Dr. De Soto, the band, is a high tenor, so might not be an issue. There we are. That's what the 105 sounds like. I'm now on the 104. And they are they are similar, but they're not the same, are they? Well, let's see if we can sort the definition thing out first. I've found that the breath areas are the most revealing for that. Having an EQ shape can sometimes fool you, because if it's bright, you sometimes think you've got definition, where all you've got really is just the spiky stuff coming through. So it can have a similar. So let's see what we can find out. I'm back on the 105. I'm on the 105. I'm on the 105. I'm on the 105. I'm on the 104. I'm on the 104. I'm on the 105. I'm on the 105. I'm on the 104. I'm on the 104. There seems to be a difference on the 104, which you would expect. What that difference is a little bit tricky to put into words. A little bit tricky to put into words. 104. A little bit tricky to put into words. 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 I think I hear on the 105 coming through a bit. Coming through a bit. Maybe not so much. Maybe not so much. Aha. Am I the same distance? Very tricky. There. So I'm pretty sure that's the difference. It's got that little woof, 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 which, as I said in my voice, is a bit too high. Blah, blah, blah. More definition. More definition. So let's try and leave that bit alone. Definition in the top. 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 De, 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 de. De, 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 de. Definition in the top. I'm on the ethos. This is all very tricky, but I'm going to say congratulations, Dr. Di Sotto the band. There does seem to be a little bit more something on the 104, which I'm surprised at. I'm surprised at because I know this has got its mascara and that lift there anyway, and also because it's got mesh, the pop filter all the way, different grades of mesh, which very much tends to be more open. So I've got the foam on this one. It very much tends to be more open, and I'd have expected the foam one to have been more shut in, but it doesn't quite seem that way. And could be the capsules, I suppose. They're visually different. Well, I won't take the top so you can watch the other video. Strip them all down, everything. But one more time then I'm going to attempt to sing something high tenor-ish. I'm not a high... no. So we'll see. What have we got then? We've got the KMS 105. We've got the KMS 105. Nice mic. We've got the KMS 105. We've got the KMS 104. We've got the KMS 104. Doesn't seem to be quite so open. Doesn't seem to be. Two very fine mics. We're at high end really now, so you're sort of like, what do you know? Can you trust yourself? I don't know. Excuse me. Do sort of do band. I'm gonna. Well, let me up there. I think it's gonna be too high. We'll soon find out if I come a cropper, won't we? So I'm gonna give myself a little bit of that. I know some people complain. So I'm just going to put the tiniest bit, give me a bit of something. They say when you do that, it gets in the way. I can understand what you're saying, but I don't want to leave myself completely. Swing low, sweet chariot, coming for to carry me home. Swing low, sweet chariot, coming for to carry me home. Swing low, sweet chariot, coming for to carry me home. Have to do that. Swing low, sweet chariot, coming for to carry me home. Swing low, sweet chariot, swing low, sweet chariot. Swing low, sweet chariot, swing low, sweet chariot, coming for to carry me home, coming for to carry me home. We've done, no, don't get carried away. 104 plus, 104 plus, 104, 104, 104, 104 plus, 104 plus. So I think we can hear, they sound to me, this is just very, very brief here, they sound to me very similar, apart from 104 plus, 104 plus, 104 plus, 104 plus. Just, yeah. So we'll leave the 104 plus out of it. It just sounds like it's got a bit more bass in there. I'll tentatively, cautiously say much the same apart from the low end added, which is possibly in the electronics. Simple as that, I'm thinking. May as well finish off here then. Give myself some of that again. Where am I? I'm here. Gonna do something, swing low. Do something, swing low. Do something, swing low. Well, that's enough of that. I thought I noticed something on the breath there, but I didn't at the end when I messed around. It's got, just slightest movement, slightest change here, and you can't rely on it. But I think, from what I've just done, it seems to me to be a difference. I'm not going to say what it is. Yes, I think I'll go with what the gentleman said. I'm reluctant to say it because I'm thinking maybe. I'm not going to say it. It's all there. I hope it helps him make a choice, because expensive microphones, my goodness, sorry, they're expensive. They've gone up. Weren't that expensive when I bought them? So quite a good investment actually. But yeah, they're expensive. So I hope that's been of some use. I think there's something to be heard from that. I'm satisfied there's something to be heard, and I'm afraid I'm going to have to leave you to figure out exactly what that is. But I hope it's been of help. That'd be great if it has, because I say you're spending a lot of money, and it is very difficult. And unless you get them, all these it's very difficult. You spend your money and then I'll just spend some more money. Anyway, let's keep cheery, and I'll see you next time.